Hi Leo, thank you so much for visiting. Welcome to my channel. This is a general reading for the zodiac sign of Leo, sun, moon, and rising sign. So if this reading doesn't resonate for you and if you're interested, you could always check out your moon and rising sign videos because sometimes your messages will be coming from there. So Leo, let's just go ahead and get started with your reading. Actually, I wanted to give a quick shout out to everyone who has booked a personal reading with me already. I really appreciate the support. And if you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, the information to do so is in the description box below. So having said that, Leo, onto your reading. The first card you have is how you're feeling right now. You have the Eight of Swords reversed. Leos, I think you guys have had this card in the upright in a recent reading this year. It might have been in August or September if I remember right. You could always go back and check if you want. But now it's coming out in the reverse. So this is telling me that the way you're feeling right now is you're feeling like some restrictions or bondage feeling is kind of falling down or getting loosened at this time. You're not feeling so trapped in your own head anymore. You're feeling a lot more movement and freedom. I think in the recent past you felt trapped in your mind, you felt not free to express yourself maybe, you felt like you couldn't move or speak in a free way, and that's starting to come unraveled right now. So it could be that you went through a cycle and now it's over. It could be seeking some kind of counseling or support. Maybe you did some kind of healing. It's going to be different for each of you Leos, but there's something about you felt maybe really restricted and confined for a while, and that's starting to come undone. If it's not mental or psychological, it could literally, be physical. Maybe you felt stuck in a certain city or state or living situation or work circumstance. Maybe you felt stuck in some way. And now there's movement happening where you're seeing how things have changed, where you're seeing how you could really get out of something. You don't feel stuck anymore, which is great, Leo. I mean, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's still an Eight of Swords though, so it's not, 100%. Like you guys still be maybe feeling a little stuck and a little bit in a fear space, but it's starting to come undone. The Eight of Swords is all about things that are scaring us that aren't real. So it's kind of like you're starting to see through the illusion and see that the things that you are so worried about actually aren't as substantial as maybe you had imagined in your head. And that could be contributing to you getting these bonds loosened and being able to move more freely. And like I said, it could be psychological, emotional, it could be physical as well. So just take it as it applies for you. The second card is what you're wanting at this time. You have the King of Cups reversed. Leo, it seems to me that you are interested in achieving some kind of emotional balance. The King of Cups is a court card. It could represent a person. This is male water energy. You could be dealing with the Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But that's not necessarily the story for all of you, but for some of you. So a couple different options here. You could want to be achieving some kind of balance with this person, if it is a person you're dealing with, okay? Maybe, you two have had misunderstandings or aren't in communication at this time, and you're feeling that the way that you guys will be able to connect and resolve the issue is to access the emotional space. Maybe the two of you have been operating more at the mental level of just kind of arguing back and forth and using a lot of like words and logic and not really accessing the heart space when you are connecting with this person. So that could be what it is. If it's not another person, this can be an aspect of yourself, Leo, especially if you have a water sign in your natal chart. This could be you realizing that you want to bring some kind of emotional balance to yourself. The King of Cups reverse I often read as alcoholism. It can be drinking too much, kind of drowning your sorrows. So some of you Leos may have been going through that and you're having a desire at this time to kind of come out of that. You don't want to be in that space anymore, which is very similar to this Eight of Swords reversed, where you're feeling like, you know, you're having some kind of bonds loosened, and then now you're wanting to achieve some kind of emotional balance. You might feel out of sorts. You might feel like the King of Cups reverse is also like you might feel like you don't know exactly how you feel, but like you feel emotional, but you can't quite pinpoint what it is exactly. And you're wanting to achieve some kind of understanding or clarity when it comes to your emotions. So Leo, if this is resonating, like the reading of these first two cards, it's highly suggesting that like seeking out support or counseling might be appropriate for you if you're going through these things right now. It's up for you to decide if that's necessary or not. It's going to be varying degrees of severity for each of you Leos. At the very least, though, it could just be a cycle that you're going through. We all have ups and downs, right? The vibrations of life. So it seems to me that this is something that you're going through, and you'll have to decide if you need more outside support to get through this. And the third card you have is challenges you're encountering right now. You got the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a very secretive energy. This is someone who keeps their cards close to their chest. The High Priestess doesn't talk very much. They're very internal. So Leos, this is either going to be you in this High Priestess energy or someone else you're dealing with. So I'm going to explain it, and then you'll know if this is someone around you or yourself, okay? This person is, like I said, secretive. They don't talk a lot. They're keeping things to themselves. And it's in the challenge position, so it's telling me that this is an area of concern for you. It's kind of holding you back in some way. You might be keeping everything inside of yourself and not really expressing how you feel. And if you read the King of Cups reverse energy as yourself, that could be very similar, where you're not balanced emotionally right now, and part of the reason for that might be that you're keeping everything inside. You're not expressing yourself. The people around you that you're close to, you know, friends or family, a partner, work partners, whatever it is, you might be going through your day and you have all these feelings and thoughts, and they're a lot, but you don't say them. It might not be appropriate for you to share them in some cases. I totally understand. I'm not necessarily suggesting that you just go out there and tell everyone exactly how you feel. I mean, for some of you, you might want to do that. I'm not going to say one way or another, but it's kind of something that is holding you back at this time, where you're not really saying what's truthful for you. You're kind of keeping everything inside, okay? If it's you or a person you're dealing with, okay? If it's not you, then someone around you is being kind of cryptic. They're being kind of secretive. They might be giving one little word answers to things, and you don't know what the heck is going on, what the full story is. They're being very mysterious. Like, it seems like they're going out of their way to be mysterious and not be forthcoming about what's really going on with them. So this High Priestess in this challenge position is telling me that there's something you don't know yet, Leo, okay? If it's another person, there's something you don't know yet that will probably come out soon. If it's you, there's things that people around you don't know yet, right? That you're not sharing. You're not really telling people how you really feel or what you're really going through personally. And then it's going to come out to them, and it'll be informational or shocking, surprising to them if and when you finally share that. But keep in mind, Leo, this is coming up in the challenge position, so it's telling me that whether it's you or someone else that is in this High Priestess energy, it is kind of stunting you right now. You know, it's bothering you. If it's you, it's bothering you that you don't feel comfortable to share. You're keeping everything inside. It's making you feel constrained. Back to that Eight of Swords reverse energy. It's making you feel constrained if you feel like you can't freely express yourself. You need to look at why you feel that way. And if it's someone else and you're suspecting that someone is being kind of overly secretive, overly mysterious, and there's something that you will probably learn in the near future when it finally comes out. So the fourth card you have, Leo, is opportunities at this time. It's the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about taking a pause in life it means, you know, going, but then you have to stop. Because going is not possible anymore. Going forward is not possible anymore at this moment, because you are being asked to pause and reflect on yourself and what's going on. The Hangman is about being suspended in air, a pause in time, and literally inversing yourself so that you could see something from a different perspective. It's literally, you know, this Hangman is upside down so that he can see something from a different perspective. So Leo, there's some opportunity for you to see something in a way that you cannot see it right now. And it could be related to this High Priestess. If there is someone around you being secretive, there is an opportunity for you to maybe see the truth, and that will change your viewpoint on something. Or if it's yourself, you will somehow learn, you'll get a different viewpoint on something where you may realize, you know, it is actually safe for me to express myself. I should feel comfortable and confident enough to say what I need to say. There's some opportunity for you to encounter this Hanged Man energy. So it's kind of saying to kind of take a pause and stop and reflect on whatever it is you're going through right now, instead of trying to keep going forward to take action. The advice is to take a stop and to perhaps wait for this opportunity to come. If this is your reading, it's saying that there is going to be an opportunity to come where you will see things in a new light, and then something will click. Okay? So especially if this is your reading that you feel like you can't express yourself, or someone around you is being secretive and not sharing what they need to share, especially if that's resonating for you, maybe wait for an opportunity to come where you'll be able to see something in a new light. It could be a person that comes along and shares some information or advice with you, and then something clicks and you see something in a new way. It could be that. So the next card you have is advice. This is the advice card. You got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is all about balance, which is interesting because it's directly below that King of Cups reverse, where I was interpreting it as you guys having a desire to achieve emotional balance. The advice card as the Four of Wands is, well, first of all, the Four of Wands is all about like comfortable stability. You see there's this couple here that are dancing. It's kind of like the symbolism of the card is the honeymoon is over. It's not like super crazy passion anymore. It's just being comfortable with someone, being comfortable in your pajamas at home with someone, and having stability. When these two people or energies come together, they achieve stability and comfort together. So the advice is that there is some balance needed between you and a partnership, okay? It could be a romantic partnership. It could be a work or business partnership. It could be a partnership with a family member or friend that you're very close to, maybe someone that you live with. Whatever it is, the advice is saying that there's some kind of balance that needs to be achieved. And with the King of Cups right above it in the reversal, it's kind of suggesting that there may have been some kind of emotional outburst between you and this person, perhaps, okay? And the advice is saying that this is a ripe time right now to achieve balance and kind of clear the air with this person and come back into harmony. Excuse me, this is all about harmonious living, harmonious, making a pact with someone, get this two people here. It's like two families coming together to have that balance in marriage or whatever, okay? It's not necessarily has to do with the marriage. It can be for some of you. But overall, the advice is just saying there's some kind of understanding that you need to reach with someone else. Because there's someone that you're out of balance with right now. And it could be related to this High Priestess energy if someone's not saying everything that they need to say, whether that's you or another person. But the cards are saying that it is a ripe time right now to achieve balance with this person. So just keep that in mind, Leos. The final card you have is the outcome position. It's the Five of Swords. So not a great card, I'll be honest. The Five of Swords is all about trying to win at any cost, trying to trick someone so that you can win. it's kind of suggesting that if things are not, you know, done perhaps with sincerity or humility, that there is a big potential for this to end up being where you're with this person that you are potentially in conflict with, and then you guys are just going back and forth trying to win an argument. And that's not going to really work, because the swords is all about that mental energy that I was talking about earlier, of wanting to win an argument, wanting to prove a point. It's not about harmony. It's not about harmony and understanding. And it's definitely not about emotional balance, which is what you're wanting at this time, Leo. Yeah, so be careful, because it's kind of saying that it might not be the right time necessarily to have a great outcome. There could still be some ego issues getting in the way. You know, the Four of Wands is saying that it is an opportune time to come together with this person, to clear the air, to take that initial step is what's wise on your part. But the other person may not be ready to receive it. They kind of look back at that Four of Wands and they're laughing. It could be you, Leo, but I don't feel it that way. I feel like it might be another person you're dealing with, but it could be you, where someone thinks it's funny or stupid, like, oh, I'm not gonna talk about emotions and clear the air with you. It's like someone kind of having that attitude, okay? So just keep that in mind, that it may not be well received, but that just might be a piece of the puzzle, a step in the process of really achieving that balance with this person. And remember, the Hanged Man was your opportunity position, so this was saying to take a pause. So maybe you need to take a pause before you try and clear things with this person, okay? Before you go into that Four of Wands advice. Yeah. So I pulled an additional card to top off the reading. This is from a deck that's only the majors and the four aces. And you got the Ace of Cups, which is really interesting, because, Leo, what you're wanting at this time, like we already talked about, is a King of Cups reverse, wanting to achieve emotional balance. The Ace of Cups is all about that ultimate fulfillment in love. It's about emotions, okay? So it's kind of telling me that if you do what you need to do, if you do things that are appropriate for you, you can achieve this emotional balance with this person that you're dealing with. It is possible. And the aces are all about a brand new beginning, okay? It's all about starting over. So there could be a brand new beginning with this person, or maybe you realize that it's not going to work out. This person is not going to really understand, and you need to start a new beginning without them. So take it as it resonates. But look at this Ace of Cups. There's a little mouse poking out from a lotus flower, and he's looking out to see if it's safe to come out again. As the Ace of Cups, it's almost like he's waiting to see if it's safe to come out and love and trust again. Which makes sense, because the Five of Swords, I mean, this is someone who's being, you know, they're being very critical and judgmental and wanting to win at all costs, not being sincere, not being in the heart space. So it seems to me that with this as the outcome, it kind of throws you into this energy of wanting to start all over. Wanting to start all over with or without this person. It's going to be romantic for a lot of you. I mean, this wasn't intended to be a love reading. It was supposed to be general, but it has come out with some romantic elements. But it's not necessarily a romantic thing. Okay? This could be a boss or a work partner. Maybe you realize you need to switch departments or something, or just try not to deal with them as much. It could be a friend or family member that maybe you realize you're not going to be as close to them as you would like or had imagined. Yeah. So whatever it is for you, Leo, take it as it resonates. I hope this reading was helpful. If you found that it resonated for you, please let me know in the comment section below. That's really helpful for me. And if you enjoyed watching this reading, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, the information... Oops, we went over your time. Sorry. If you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, the information to do so is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Leo. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.